APD thinks it's a great case, but the DA who handled the case thinks it's flimsy at best. Either way, the rape charge against Pat Murdaugh that cost him his job as one of the state's most powerful judges is now officially kaput. Today, the DA had some unflattering adjectives about APD's work. News 13's Katie Kim has that and new details that support those unflattering adjectives. It's all on special assignment.
It was a terrible case. There was nowhere for us to go with it.
Santa Fe District Attorney Angela Spence Pacheco says she tried for nearly 3 years to make something of the scandal that brought down one of New Mexico's most prominent judges.
We knew that the case was problematic from the beginning.
The beginning was July 19, 2011. That's when Albuquerque police detectives walked into the district courthouse downtown and arrested the chief criminal judge, Pat Murdaugh. In a case that rocked the New Mexico legal community, Murdaugh was charged with raping a prostitute and intimidating a witness. Investigators claim Murdaugh paid a woman $200 for sex on 8 separate occasions and raped her during one of those meetings. The woman secretly video recorded one of their encounters and sold it on the street to APD. After Murdaugh's arrest, Pacheco caught the case because of the obvious conflicts with the Bernalillo County DA's office. Last week, Pacheco finally announced the case is dead.
It's disappointing, obviously.
Today, APD Commander Les Brown stood by his vice detectives and their investigation that led to Murdaugh's arrest. For the first time, we're getting a look at the case file APD sent up to the DA, and it raises some questions. The first and most serious, what evidence did police have to support the rape charge? The judge and the woman both say they had consensual sex, but she claimed Murdaugh performed oral sex on her against her will during their first encounter. She says she returned a second time and secretly recorded their next encounter. The woman told police she went back 6 more times after that. APD did not base a rape charge on what's seen in the video.
You have a woman who came to his house numerous times. One of the times she brought a video camera so that she could document whatever sexual acts were taking place. And from our perspective, that looks like that could have been a setup for extortion.
Murdaugh told detectives she stole $10,000 worth of valuables from his home on one of her visits. Did that give her a reason to shop the sex tape on Albuquerque's black market? At a minimum, that further muddied the waters for Pacheco. Was the woman even a prostitute? She'd never been arrested for prostitution, and APD didn't charge Murdaugh with hiring a hooker.
It's hard to understand what the type of relationship was between Mr. Murdaugh and this woman in order for her to have had access to his home, to have taken items as he has alleged. So this whole case is problematic.
According to the police file, undercover cops bought the video the woman recorded for $400. Vice detectives used it to bring her in for questioning, but at that point, she had made no allegation that Murdaugh raped her.
I think they handled it completely properly. I don't think they did anything wrong. They did a very thorough investigation.
When this was unfolding, APD said the woman could face extortion charges. That never happened.
I don't know whether that part was ever fully investigated.
Commander Brown says the Murdaugh case was solid, so there's no need to take a fresh look at APD's handling of it. But the department may not have a choice. Murdaugh's attorney told News 13 the retired judge may sue.
That's a decision that has to be solely made by Judge Murdaugh.
Meanwhile, the consequences have been severe. Immediately after his arrest, the state's governing body for judges suspended Murdaugh. Later, that board gave him an ultimatum: resign for good or risk losing his pension. Murdaugh took the deal.
And when someone accuses you of rape, it's very hard to overcome that.
Pacheco said the magnitude of the case prompted her to go back again and again during the past 2.5 years to make sure she didn't miss anything. She says she expects police to do the same.
Last year we had a situation, not as drastic as this one, but where something similar happened, and we had the officers just proceed much more cautiously and slower so that, there wouldn't be any mistakes in charging someone or arresting someone who shouldn't have been.
Do you think APD did that?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
On special assignment, Katie Kim, KRQE News 13.
The case paperwork says the woman claims she met Murdaugh through an escort ad online. He claims they met in a restaurant parking lot and that he gave her money to help her get back on her feet. So could Pat Murdaugh ever get his job back? That is one of the many details of this case we look into over on KRQE.com.